paperback size, promotional paperbacks, and samplers. Hi, I'm Gary Lovisi, and this time we're going to look at something a little different. We're going to look at books that really aren't listed in any of the guides or any place because they kind of don't exist, actually. They were never put on sale. These are specially made paperbacks for promotional purposes, to sell other books or to promote an author, or they were samplers of science fiction or crime or whatever genres, mixing together various authors' works and then putting an excerpt of a novel or a story or something in those books. There's a lot of them, as you can see. I got two piles of them. These are just the paperback size ones. There's quite a lot of these that are not perfect bound paperbacks. They're stapled little booklets. Some of them are digest size, some of them are trade paperback size, and there's all different types of these. But the paperback size ones are kind of interesting, and there's some interesting items in here I think that you'll enjoy taking a look at, maybe haven't seen. So we're going to take a look at them now. The first one is Ed McBain, The Mugger. This is from 1986. It's a special kind of a giveaway edition of one of his 87th Precinct novels. Next one is Diana Palmer, The Humbug Man. It's a Christmas gift paperback of her stories. Next one is a special excerpt booklet of John Grisham's Rogue Lawyer, and this is from 2015. I think this is a British edition, not for sale, of course. All of these are different publishers for different books that they have coming out. This is Old Boyfriends by Roxanne Becknell, and that's the cover. The back cover shows some other books. These are all just listing available books and just used to promote books, various paperback editions. This is Breath of Magic by Teresa Medeiros. This is a book that will be coming out. This is 36-page thin little booklet from 1996. Advanced reading copy, not for sale. This is again, it's an excerpt of her novel. Then you have some of these Berkeley Publishing Group samplers. This one is Deadly Sleuths and Deadly Deeds, and it's free, take one, and you can see that the 6 books that are showcased in this book, thin little booklet, has excerpts from all these 6 books. And a similar one is Berkeley Crime, Berkeley Publishing Group. This one it's a little thicker, it has 8 books. It's from 1994, and has quite a few. So it's 8 books in it, various historical mysteries and crime vintage paperbacks that were coming out new in 1994. Older one from 1977 is The Bantam Sampler, paperback exclusive, free, take one, Bantam Sampler, and this has excerpts from famous books. Actually, some good things in here. The Art Document by Irving Wallace, Passages by Gail Sheehy, Peter Benchley's The Deep, Trinity by Leon Uris. These are from 1977. So these were all free. They would be at bookstores on the counter where you go up to pay for your books. A lot of times they'd have a pile of them and you just pick one out. This is another one of them. This is later on they wouldn't make them they wouldn't make them perfect bound. They would just make them stapled and kind of slim. 30 or 40 pages. This is from 2009. Cheryl Wood's Amazing Grace, romance. This is British. This is from Canongate Crime. This is Ian Rankin presents stories. It's criminal minded, and the stories in here are by Anthony Bourdain, John A. Jackson, James Salas, Andrew Vax, and Douglas E. Winter. So here's a nice collection, British paperback of classic crime author stories. Another nice, really nice Ed McBain. This is from 1984. This is a book club exclusive, 87th Precinct story, Ed McBain, All Through the House, a Ed McBain Christmas special. There's a small little thin paperback that was issued for the book club edition and given away for Ed McBain readers of the 87th Precinct. A really nice and collectible copy. Some of these books were like the Ace Doubles, two-sided, so they're a 2-in-1 flip over. So this one here is Robert Bernard sampler, and on the other side it's a Martha Grimes sampler. So here you can see the Robert Bernard side and free take one, and then it's got some of his samples of some of his Dell books, and then on the other side is Dell by Martha Grimes Mysteries. So you can see those. There's Blood Rights by Christine Painter, and this is from 2011, horror. John Lescroart, free complimentary sampler, The Second Chair. This is from 2005. All of these are dated. Thing is that they're not listed in any books, but they are, and not listed in any price guides or whatever, but they are collectible books. Some of these are very collectible, some of them are not at all, but they're interesting. This is a special Spectra books, which was a imprint of Bantam in the 90s. This is a galaxy of bestsellers from 1991, and it has works by Isaac Asimov, Robert Silverberg, Marion Zimmer Bradley, Julian May, Andre Norton, David Brin, Arthur C. Clarke, and many others. It's a nice little booklet. And there was a free autograph book offer in here that you could send away to get books autographed. This is from 1991. Men of Action Books was a imprint of, I believe it was Warner, and they did the Dirty Harry books. They did a lot of other ones. This is a very cool, kind of a scarce one, free book review of Men of Action, Men of Action Reader. This has some of the books that they published in that genre, which has become very collectible, very popular. And this is a tough book to find, the review booklet. And on the back has other books in the series. Actually, it's the same books, same 6 on front and back. So it has excerpts from these books, the Dirty Harry books and other ones. Very good, very collectible. This is Harlequin Books, Romance and Mystery, which I'm not crazy about, but it's in here. Romance and Mystery from Harlequin, and they have 4 of the books that they're touting in this sampler of romance stories. Brian Jacques is known for his World of Redwall books, and interesting thing is that this sampler by Philomel Books is it's a double. So you have the World of Redwall on one side, It's free. And turn it over, like the ace doubles, and it's Castaways. So it's two of his books in his series put together in this interesting giveaway book. Another free take one, attention mystery fans. Terrific new series from the Berkeley Publishing Group. This is from 1992 and has various Berkeley mystery paperbacks. Most of the books here are showing paperbacks, but some of them do show hardcovers too. But most of them are paperback covers and paperbacks that they're talking about. The Bantam College book catalog came out in 1965. Has a Leo and Diane Dillon cover. This is a catalog of Bantam books from that era. Alex Cava is a well-known thriller crime author. This is for 2004, and it's again, it's a kind of a double. At the Stroke of Madness, free sampler, take one. First time in paperback for At the Stroke of Madness, and then you turn it over, and it's One False Move, also excerpt in this little thin little promo paperback for Alex Cava's crime. Really nice one is Crime After Crime. This is from 1991. This is from Bantam Books. It's a sampler. Has samples of a lot of different people. Whiskey River, Lauren D. Estelman. Motown by Estelman. Someone's Watching by Judith Kellman. Prowlers by Eugene Izzy. And others are in this Crime After Crime free collectibles sampler. Another one is the Berkeley Review. Exciting selections from tomorrow's bestsellers, Berkeley Books. This is from 1979, and you know, sometimes there's some interesting stuff and interesting authors represented in these books. Tom Reamy, Lawrence Sanders, others in these books, especially the older ones, samples of their work. This is a Codename Baby by Christina Sky, and it's a Brentano's giveaway, also for Walden Books and Borders. So they were hyping her in their stores in this. Next one is from 1985, Bantam Sampler, and it's free. It's got Leon Uris, John Saul, T.E.D. Klein, horror stories, and other paperbacks of the era of 1985 in the summer. This is nice. 2008, Berkeley Books did a horror, Three Masters of Horror, Triage. Put that together with three, Jack Ketchum, Richard Lehman, and Edward Lee. And I had Jack Ketchum, Dallas Mayer, at my show many times. He was a great guy and great, terrific author, terrific horror author. Man, forget about it. He was really good and really nice guy. Next are a couple of Colin Dexter's. Morse's Greatest Mysteries, not fruity sale, and The Inside Story, Special Edition, Inspector Morse original. So these may be short stories, some of them, or some of them are mostly they're excerpts from novels, from their novels. Then you have the author samplers are very collectible. This one especially, like the Robert Ludlum sampler, and this is excerpts 9 of his novels. with a picture of him on the cover. So here's Robert Ludlum sampler, and here's the 9 novels, paperback novels on the back. Now I'm going to move these up, and we're going to do a few more. I have a couple of piles. Sneak preview, Wizards of the Coast, and Diane Duane, Elaine Cunningham, Margaret Weiss, and Tracy Hickman. All of these, Wizards of the Coast was a fantasy science fiction publisher, smaller run publisher that published in the 90s. A lot of nice books, and a lot of tie-ins with role-playing and game-playing books. And these are some of the books on the back that they were showcasing in this volume. Another Bantam sampler, paperback exclusive. This is from 1979, and this has Robert Ludlum, Pete Hamill, Max Ehrlich, and Robert Ludlum, all in here in this one. Excerpts from their novels that were coming out in 1979, or the paperback editions that were coming out in 1979. Hardy Boys Case Files by Franklin W. Dixon is a little booklet that came out in no date, because it's not dated, but it's a tie-in with the series and with the books, and it was a free giveaway to promote the Hardy Boys Case Files. NASCAR. This is like a Harlequin romance NASCAR tie-in, because it's Ladies Start Your Engines, with a sneak preview of the first ever officially licensed NASCAR romance series by Harlequin Books. And so you have a series of books by Harlequin that they're about race car drivers and romance, and these are 3 of the books in that Harlequin series of racing cars and drivers and romance. It's pretty cool. I like the NASCAR part of it. Really good crime author. There's a complimentary sampler of his work. No Second Chance and Just One Look. So this one does like what a lot of the samplers do. This is Harlan Coben, and this is from Signet Books in 2004. So it's No Second Chance and Just One Look. What they do is, on a lot of these, is so they'll combine in the sampler. They'll take a sample of the paperback that is already out there, the latest one, and then they'll take a sample of the hardcover, which is coming out at this time. So if you get this sampler, then you can look at this author's work, and you can get the new hardcover that just came out and the new paperback, which is also in print. So this is Harlan Coben. So these one author samplers and promos are very collectible, because they focus on the one author. Bantam's Summer Spectacular sampler from 1988 has works, touts 12 works by Louis L'Amour, John Saul, Kitty Kelly, William Koznitz, and many others. Bantam Spectacular. Summer Spectacular. Summer reading. That was a big thing back in the day. And a lot of books came out in the summer, especially paperbacks, and for the beach reading. So that's the 12 books that they're touting there. This is Black Library. They do horror and dark fantasy. This is Black Crusade, Eye of Terror. from 2003. It's Game Workshop related. Black Crusade. And there's some of the books. These are British, I'm pretty sure. Another romance mystery sampler from Harlequin Books, and it shows you the books on the back, and it has the handy order form where you can order the books, because Harlequin always was very sharp and keen with promotion. So they're the only ones that I've seen these on these kind of books that have the tearaway where you can order the book directly from this. You know, pretty smart idea actually. John Sandford is another very popular horror thriller author, and this is a free sampler from Berkeley Books from 2005. And again, like with the Harlan Coben edition, the John Sandford book also does 2 books of his, and you have the paperback that's now from Berkeley Books, and then the hardcover, which just came out from Putnam Books. So they're promoting 2 of his most recent books, the one in paperback and the one in hardcover. They do that a lot in these samplers. The next one is A Taste of the Future. It's from Rock Books, ROC, which is a science fiction imprint of Signet and New American Library. And these are all science fiction. There aren't any of the authors that there's 5 books showcased in this. The only one author I recognize is Rachel Kane, and this is from 2003. So it's Rock Science Fiction Fantasy Sampler. Samples of these 5 novels, paperback novels. The next one is really good, very collectible. The Lost Get Back Boogie, and this is not for resale. It's James Lee Burke. This is a special printing of the paperback for probably to go with his new hardcover. So they would probably give this out, use this for promotional purposes, and then his hardcover was out, so you would get a sample of this with the hardcover. An Avon Reader, a selection of readings from 13 novels to be published in spring 1977 by Avon Books. Let me see, there's 13 novels. Who's in here? It appears to be, well, The Great Santini by Pat Conroy is in here. And it looks to be a lot of more of romance books. And it's Avon Sampler by Avon Books. And on the back is nothing. They really did like a no frills on this. Bantam Spectra Books, science fiction. 8 remarkable works of imaginative fiction. In this you have R.A. McAvoy, Norman Spinrad, Elizabeth Scarborough, Somtal Sakaratl, Lisa Goldstein, Park Godwin, Warren Norwood, and Harry Harrison. And this particular one was given out free for B. Dalton's books. So the publisher, Bantam Books, which this is Spectra, was an imprint of Bantam, their science fiction line, would partner up with a bookstore chain, maybe B. Dalton's or Walden Books at the time. And here's the B. Dalton's edition that was published and given out to customers at B. Dalton's. Another really popular author, very collectible author, is Michael Conley, and there's the Michael Conley sampler. I don't know when this is from. It's St. Martin's Press. It's from 1994. And oops. Free, take one. Michael Connelly sampler. 4 of his St. Martin's Press paperbacks. One of the greatest crime authors was Elmore Leonard, and very collectible author. And these are also very collectible. These promo books of his. This is from 1993 by Delacorte Press. Sampler Maximum Leonard, Elmore Leonard, 1993. So this is promoting his, at the time, new book from 1993, Pronto, and then also mentions 3 of his other books, especially Get Shorty, because of the movie. And so that's that one. An earlier one that's even more scarce is, this is a really nice one, just Elmore Leonard, Compliments of Avon Books, Special Advanced Preview, and has excerpts from his earlier novels that were published by Avon Books. A Rep for Murder is by Sylvester Avantier, and it's got the cover from the Avon Gangster Classic by I believe it's the Horace McCoy book, vintage book from 1940s, paperback, and I believe that this is by Mike Avalone, and it's about a book rep who gets actually wrote a book for for this. It's not for sale, and it's a promotion for Avon Books and for their crime line, but it's actually a short novel about a Avon book salesman, a rep who goes to different stores and who gets mixed up in crime and mystery. It's a pretty cool book. There's a couple of others, 2 last ones that might get a kick out of. This is Death in the Ditch by Del Marsden. There's a story behind this. This is actually, Del Marsden is Richard A. Lupoff, and the cover art is by Walter Popp. It's from a graphic book from the 1950s. And what happened is that the Richard Lupoff was doing his series of crime novels about an insurance investigator, and to tie in with the latest book in that series, they did, because it had to do with paperback books and a rare paperback, they did maybe a 100 or 200 copy little edition of this little paperback in 1995, and I helped get this on board with Walter and with Richard Lupoff, so that we got the story from Richard, and he published it as Del Marsden, and we got the artwork together, and they published a little book. And I had a couple of these that they gave me, and it's kind of a scarce, unknown item that was actually given out by St. Martin's Press reps who were touting Lupoff's hardcover. Those were the Marvia Plum and I forgot the guy's name. A team up of insurance investigators, Hobart Lindsay, and Marvia Plum Mysteries. And this is, I think, the 3rd book in the series, and they did this little book for it to give to the bookstore people to take the book, and they gave that as a free sample. So that's a pretty cool unknown item. A lot of these books are not known. And here's one that's kind of is known. This is Sharp's Skirmish from 1999. It's a British HarperCollins paperback. It's got David Scott artwork. Now, again, what happened here, very interesting. Cornwell is very, very popular. And for the first time ever, they published a Sharpe's his Sharpe series of 20-plus novels taking place during the Napoleonic Wars, and then they were made into the movies by with Sean Bean. Very, very popular worldwide. First time ever, I think through Waterstones or one of the British bookstores, they made a giveaway, like they did with all of these other books, for Bernard Cornwell. So they took Sharpe's Skirmish. He wrote a short story, or it's an excerpt from that book. I'm not sure exactly which, but so the book, this thin little booklet came out, and it was a free giveaway, special limited edition, and it was supposed to be given out to everybody who went to I guess it was Waterstones or whatever the British bookstore chain, who bought the new Sharpe book by Cornwell. Except the book just like disappeared, and what happened is that people bought distributors or whatever kept them or bought them up, and they just never got to the people that they were never given to the people that bought the books. So these are like incredibly scarce, incredibly rare. Some of them go for a couple of $100 for this, and it was reprinted later by the Sharpe Appreciation Society and all of that. But this HarperCollins from 1999 Sharpe Skirmish is very rare.
Didn't you say Cornwell swore off ever doing that again?
Yeah, that was Cornwell swore off ever wanting to doing that again. He has since done other ones, but the thing is that he just didn't like the fact that his fans never got the book. The people that bought his new book never got a copy of Sharpe Skirmish because they were interdicted by unscrupulous distributors or fans or whoever it was who took
the bookstores,
the bookstores or whatever, and then they were sold for big money, and they were very scarce, and they're scarce to today. So these are books, these promotional items and giveaways. These are books that probably some of you may have a few of them, you may have seen some of them, but I'm sure that you haven't seen all of these, because these are, and there's a lot more than these where these come from. But interesting thing is that there's no list of these anywhere. There's no information on a lot of these books, which is something that needs to be rectified. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this look at these really rare, interesting, weird promotional items. And if you did, give us a thumbs up and a like. I always try to give you something new and different, and hope you enjoy it. Thanks for looking.